Hello everyone, it is Gina coming to you from my bedroom for take 3 of the November Curio cabinet whose theme is a lady's dressing table and a toilette. Hopefully, and I am praying that this one works and that I don't have to re-video it. Oh, because I want to take it down and because it is the first day of December. I mean, really, come on. Okay, so let's get to it. This is, all of these items would have been on a lady's dressing table, Victorian era to 1930s, and she either would have worn them or she would have used them to get ready for the day. So let's start up top with what's going on. I have to put this little thing over here, so I need it for that right there. I need it for showing you something later. So, okay, starting with this box, it's velvet and silk line, and it would have been used to hold jewelry or cosmetics or whatever a lady would have needed to start her day. And then these fun little things, these would have been worn at night. This one is crochet. I'm gonna go with crochet. I don't crochet or knit, so we're gonna go with crochet. This would have covered the whole head. This would have gone over the top of the head, as would have this one. But this one is fun because it also has, those ribbons would have gone over the head like a little cap. But what those would have done is they would have kept the lady's hair put. So back then, ladies didn't wash their hair every day like we do. They put a lot of time into doing their finger waves or, you know, their curls or whatever. And so they wanted to keep those for a couple of days. I've got some friends now who dress vintage and they go for 5 days. They set their hair the first day and then they go for 5 days because the curls are great. The finger waves are great. Same as our ancestors did. I remember when I was young, my mom would put my hair in the soft pink rollers and then she would put a scarf over my head. I didn't sleep very well because I'm weird that way. But yeah, these would have kept the finger waves or the curls or whatever nice and tidy while the lady slept. I've got another one down below that I'll show you in a few seconds or minutes here. So very, very fun. Oh, and this one right here comes with this dressing gown, dressing coat. So a lady could have worn this in bed while she was, you know, she was wealthy or just like to linger in bed in the morning while reading the newspaper or having breakfast, and she could have worn it while sitting at her dressing table getting ready. It's silk with really beautiful lace. Pretty sure it's from the 1930s, and this was gifted to me from my sweet mother-in-law, Pam. Thanks, Pam! So we're moving on to these. These are lingerie clips, and these would have been worn with a chemise, envelope chemise or regular chemise in the 1920s. And I will probably, if I can figure it out, I figured out recently how to edit photos. So if I can figure out how, I will put a photo up here in the corner so you can see how those would have worked for the lady. And then over here we have a whole bunch of beautiful hat pins. And these are quite large. They would have been worn with Titanic era hats like this one over here. It is enormous. So that hat pin would have been used to keep the hat on the lady's head. Ginormous. See if I can get this back in here. Oh, yep, there we go. Okay. And this one was given to me, purchased for me by my very sweet cousin, Monica, for my birthday. Thank you. And then this one was found in a sewing machine that belonged to my great-grandma Cornelia. It's a dragon. Let's see. Oh, come on. You can do it. All right. Isn't that cool? Anyway, lovely selection of beautiful hat pins. And then we'll move down to this hair receiver, and I'll show you what the hair receiver was meant for. Obviously receiving hair. I keep my jewelry in it and keep it out all the time in my dresser. And then right here, we have a clothing or a hat to brush. And these soft bristles, and the lady would have used it, or her lady's maid would have used it to just swish debris off after doing her hair, or, you know, just keeping her clean and tidy. Okay, so move down to here. And okay, we'll do this. So this lady right here, I got these from my sweet friend Mari. This one, and then this one up here. So this has, I don't know if this one was for sewing, keeping needles, or shorter hat pins. But these could have sat on the lady's dressing table, and then she would have just, because this was filled with sawdust, they could have just poked their hat pins in there, or like veil pins. Isn't that fun? Some of them were this tall, some of them were short and stout, like a teapot. Thank you, Mari, I love it. Okay, and in here, we'll start with the rollers. So these darker ones were homemade by my great-grandma Cornelia, and inside, they're leather, and inside of them is wire. And so she would have rolled her hair up like that, and then bent them and hooked them around and gone to sleep with her hair in rollers, more than likely with a cap on like that, and her hair would have curled overnight. Very cool. I've got 3 sets. One is below. I'll show you that here in a second. Actually, let's do it now. So these you could have purchased. Almost said online. Dear heavens. Sanitary kid hair curlers. That probably says economy size. Oh, yep, there we go. Does it have a price? 39 cents. 12 for 39 cents. So, probably teens era to 1920s, even into the 1930s. Those would have been used. And then, of course, we have the finger wave clips. These were also great-grandma Cornelia's. And then a little tiny the short hat pins. Little tiny hat pin holder. And then these are super neat. I can't take them. So there's about 4. They are hair nets made of human hair, which I think is super cool. I cannot imagine. Human hair is so fine. I cannot imagine making, oh, and there's another hair receiver. I can't imagine making, and they're sticking to my fingers, nets out of them. So this one's kind of blonde. The other ones are like a medium brown. And then we have a cosmetics case here, maybe rouge, maybe lotion. I'll come back to this in a minute because I got to get down to open it. But okay, so here we have a hairpiece. And this was made in the 1920s. This false front was made of her own hair and worn by Madge Clay West. So cool. So she probably, I don't know, maybe she was older and a little bit thinny on top, but you can see the finger waves. So very fun. And then a beautiful ivory hair comb. And then over here, this is cool. This is a sanitary apron that, ladies, this looks to be teens era. This was for when a lady had her time of the month. Let's see on the back. It's empty. Form fit. So I'll let you read that. But I believe they were made out of rubber. The apron is made of fine nainsook. I believe that is a cotton. Top attached to sanitary rubber sheeting. It is soft, pliable, and easily cleaned with warm water and a sponge or cloth. Being made of the purest and finest material with reasonable care, it will last a long time. So as you can see from the illustration, it was worn over the chemise and the corset to keep, if anything leaked out of the sanitary belt that I will show you the tin for here in a minute, if anything leaked out, it would have protected her out of outer clothing. And then we have another brush. This is a bigger one. Another clothing or hat brush. Okay, so I'm gonna take this really quick and show you. This is gonna be a long video, I apologize. Okay. So I know in the 1700s, patches were quite the thing. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that because my French is horrid. But it's quite thin. It's made out of paper and metal and glass and sheep's wool. But those are patches that would have been put on the face to hide blemishes, or I don't know what else. I know that they were used in the 1700s. They were very popular. There's hearts, circles, stars, moons, squares, almost said boxes. Anyway, just very, very neat. I was told, I believe in the 20s, these made a resurgence. I am not 100% certain, but this was given to me by a lovely lady, and I just couldn't believe it. She had a bag of lovely things for me, and I opened this and I was like, oh my gosh, these are incredible. And as you can see, they're quite tiny. And I don't know if they were affixed with glue, probably, or maybe, I don't know. So neat, huh? Very cool. Okay, here we go. Okay, moving on, we have a hair iron, and this is for the finger waves. Of course, those would have been heated on an oil lamp or the stovetop and curled. Used to finger wave a lady's hair. And then this is a lovely mirror from, again, Great-Grandma Cornelia. And I am pretty sure that this little box right here we go, is another patch box because it has a mirror. And I don't know if they would have packed rouge into that or what. Anyway, pretty neat. And it's got a very lovely design, and probably could have been put on a chatelaine. I'm not quite sure. Then these are fun things. I'm going to put you right here so that I can show you. I've got some teens era in good heavens, there we go, in 1920s perfume bottles. This one, Velvetina Toilette Specialties, and this one screws off. Maybe, there we go. And I believe this is called Carnival glass or Venetian glass, probably Venetian glass. But there was the dauber. Oh, and it smells very good. Then just sat back in there and you screwed it back on. And I've got other ones that a lady could have taken in her, I'm gonna go that these were 1920s because of the twist. I haven't been able to find a lot of information on these when I've done research. But here's another one that has an interesting tip that would have, of course, had a lid on it as well. Here's this one. Oh, that one smells lovely. I wish there was smell-o-vision on YouTube. And then there are these over here. And they're all so very pretty. The glass is beautiful. And they all have fragrance in them. I mean, ghosts of fragrance. So beautiful. All right, moving down to our next shelf. Over here, we've got hairpins. When my hair was long, pins like these were the only things that would have kept my hair. I mean, my hair totally laughed at bobby pins. So I needed huge pins to keep my hair up. And then we've got some little boxes. Maybe they were for pill boxes or lotions or rouge. And then a beautiful mirror that's got morning glories on it. And then some bobby pins and the kid hair curlers and a fingernail buffer. And this one right here was my grandma's, my mom's mom. Grandma Iva. Beautiful. I'm not going to pick it up because some time ago the dauber got stuck in there and I tried to get it out and broke it. So we don't play with that very often. Okay, now we're going to come to the hair receiver. When ladies brushed their hair, they took out, like in the Edwardian and teens era, even before then, anytime ladies needed extra hair, and this is antique hair, they would have brushed their hair and rolled it up and put it in these hair receivers to add padding. They were called rats, and they would have added padding to the hair to help oof it up, especially in the Edwardian and teens era when the hats were massive. They needed to have that hair sticking out to support the girth of the hair, of the hats. Then we have some curlers here. I believe those are from the 1920s, 1930s. And this is just a trinket or jewelry box. And this set was my mom. She purchased it and it sat for a very long time on her dresser at home. And when they moved, she said, "You want this?" I said, "Really?" Of course. So thank you, Mama. And then these are finger wave or water wave curl or combs. And these again were my great grandma Cornelia's. Very, very brittle. Okay, then over here we've got some more hat pins. And then back there is a brush. So that's another brush that a lady could have used to whisk off stuff from her clothing or her hat. More hat pins or hairpins. And then back here we've just got several items for doing fingernails, for doing a manicure. All right, moving along. And of course this fell over. Ha! Sit up. There we go. Okay. Okay, so right here we have the tin that had the sanitary belt. There's nothing in it, but it's an elastic sanitary belt, and it would have gone around the lady's waist. And you can see a safety pin right there, and there was one at the front and one at the back. And she would have used these with either purchased pads or homemade pads for her monthly. So there you go. If you had a question on what ladies did during their menstruation, this is one of those things. And this is from the teens era, Edwardian era. True Fit. Elastic sanitary belt. Gives perfect comfort. Okay, and there's some more hat pins. And oh my gosh, I got a Charlie horse in my toe. Wow, okay. So we're gonna move on to this. This is a hair roll. And I've got 3 of them. Here's this one. And then there's one right there that has human hair netting around it. And then there's another one down there. And I'm going to do a video about how ladies would have used these. I'll try and explain really quick. They would have taken this out. And these were made out of human hair. So they either would have purchased them or made their own. They would have put this at the base of their head, or maybe halfway up, you know, where the, oh, I can't even think of it. Anyway, they would have put it at the base of their head and then attached the 2 ends up. So let's say this is the back of her head right here. They would have put the middle here, and then they would have attached these around to the front, and then they would have taken their hair and put it up over it, making a nice fluffy hairstyle so that the hats could sit on them. Again, I'm going to do a video on how these worked a little bit later. Okay, we have another little cap, another sleeping cap. And then this is lovely. I got this from my friend Patty's Vintage, Patty's Vintage Garden, yes. Antique World Mall, her booth in there. This is a lovely hairpiece. And I have a perfect example of this. This is actually Edwardian. And there's an example from a magazine, or a catalog at the time, that I will show you. Hopefully I can figure out how to put it up there in the corner. And then some more hairpins. And another, probably another patch box or rouge box. And some more hair iron, or another hair iron, another brush, There is right here another human hair hairnet. There we go. And then a perfume casket. They were called caskets. Don't know why. Probably because they held things in them, with a perfume bottle. And then another little cosmetics bottle down there. And then coming to the bottom shelf, I'm going to make myself comfortable. So we've got another mirror. And that's a fun real human hair net. That is in an envelope, and I believe you could order those, again, I almost said online, through a magazine or a catalog. And then this is another jewelry box, trinket box, more hairpins, 5 pins in a box, another hair receiver, and then you saw this one in the autumnal curio cabinet case, or yeah, video. Beautiful, just incredibly beautiful. And then another hair iron and a fingernail file. And then these are some more lovely curlers. Bobsy Curler and Waver. These are from my lovely friend Pam. She also has the booth at the Antique World Mall, and she's Pamela's Pretties on Instagram. Thank you, my dear. I think they're fantastic. I especially love it when they come on the board that was at the store. Then some more hat pins on their original cards, and then a brush and another hair roll. Okay, so that's it for the curio cabinet, but I want to go over here really quick and show you this. This is awesome. This came to me from my friend Sherry. She says, you need to have this, and I said, you're right. I do. Thank you so very much. It's quite large. I love the angel or the Cupid motif. It's made out of celluloid, which was an ivory substitute, and I believe a precursor to plastic. We're going to open it up, and oh my gosh, is this not fantastic? This is silk, and of course it would have had all of the things that a lady would have needed to get ready for her day. And I can, Maybelle J. Taylor, Christmas, 1894, from Mama and Papa. It's in wonderful condition. I just wish that it had everything. Wouldn't that just have been magnificent? A toothbrush, and this is a shoehorn, a glove stretcher, a brush, and a comb, and I put this button hook in here. But there would have been spaces for little containers right here. This would have been a fingernail buffer, and then more than likely a big brush right here. Okay. Now I'm going to put you down for just a minute. Oh, where should I put you? Hold on. I'm going to let you look at this one for a second. Hopefully don't turn the video off like I did last time. Okay. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so I took the top out, and it would have been taken out with these tabs, but they are so fragile right now that I don't want to hurt them. But look at what is in the bottom. This would have been where all of her jewelry was, or a lot of her jewelry was. These are bracelet forms right here. This could have been for pocket watches, bracelets, necklaces, just all sorts of fun things could have been found in there. Again, I would have loved to have seen what this looked like when Maybelle, I hope that's her name. We're going to go with Maybelle, or Mabel, when she got it for Christmas from Mama and Papa. Okay, everybody, that concludes our tour of the November Curio Cabinet, ladies' dressing table, filmed on December 1st. Hope you guys have a splendid day, and I will chat with you later. Toodaloo!